This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, hello, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter welcoming you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. And this birthday boy is on February 22nd, 2021. And basically, this man has had an influence on Asian tennis players in the world. He had a weird life and all that. And basically, one of his greatest Grand Slam, his only Grand Slam in history, was in the shadow of something happening in his parents' homeland. And I'm also paying homage to my best friend Bill Lang by him. He convinced me about this Michael Chang guy and basically how good he was. So anyway, Michael Chang was born February 22nd, 1972. So he's not even 50 yet. He's 49 today. He is the youngest male to win a Grand Slam in history, winning the 1989 French Open at 17 years, 109 days old. He won 34 top-level professional titles, but never won another Grand Slam. He was a three-time Grand Slam runner-up and was actually number 2 in the world in 1996. Although he was shorter than basically his opponents, well, he's 5'9", he had a defensive style utilizing his quickness and speed. He's in the International Tennis Hall of Fame, and he's the main coach of Kei Nishikori for years, and all that. Yeah, he went to the '96 and Australian and U.S. Open finals and lost in both. Michael was born in Hoboken, New Jersey, to Joe Chang and Joe and Betty. Betty and Joe moved from Taiwan to the United States. Taiwan is a part of China, in a sense. From 59-66 respectively, and were introduced by a mutual friend. Betty was actually born in India, the daughter of a diplomat who went from China to India, all that. And Joe was born in Chaozhou, China. The Changs wanted him to learn tennis and all that. They decided to move the family from New Jersey to California to increase tennis opportunities for Michael and his brother Carl. Betty actually quit her job as a chemist to travel with Michael on tour. Michael Chang dropped out of 10th grade, but he did pass his GED, so he wanted a professional career. Chang came to the tennis world's attention by being an outstanding junior player, and all that. He was the youngest player to win a main draw match of the U.S. Open. When at age 15, after winning the hard courts, the other 18 hard courts, he got into the draw, when he beat Paul McAmey in 4 sets. He actually got to the semifinals in Scottsdale, Arizona, at a major tournament. And he won his first top-level title in 1988 in San Francisco at the age of 16 years, 7 months. Chang's significant youngest ever record came in '89 when he won the French Open at 17 years, 110 days, as he beat Stefan Edberg in a 5-set final, which was also remembered for his epic semifinal with Ivo Landl in the 4th round. Chang was the first American to win the French Open since 1955, which is amazing, and the first American man to win a Grand Slam since 1984, which is hard to believe. And he was ranked in the top 5 in August of '89. Chang and Edberg actually bumped into each other in the '92 U.S. Open semifinals. Edberg won in 5 sets. The 5-hour 26-minute match is the longest in U.S. Open history. Yes, so Chang lost the French Open final to Thomas Muster in '95, the Australian Open to Boris Becker in '96, and Pete Sampras beat him in the U.S. Open '96. So, yeah. People thought he was going to win the '97 U.S. Open after Sampras was knocked out by Peter Korda, but he lost in the semis to Patrick Rafter. Chang was a key member of the U.S. team that won the Davis Cup in 1990. He made a massive comeback against the Austrian Horst Goff to lead the U.S. to its first Davis Cup final in 6 years. Chang beat Darren Cahill in straight sets to give the U.S. the the Davis Cup. That's basically the nation's trophy for tennis teams and all that. He actually competed in the year-end tournament in '95 when he basically lost to Boris Becker in the final. Chang was in the second round. Was in the U.S. was in the '92 Summer Olympics in Barcelona when he was allowed to be part of the Olympic thing in tennis, but lost to Jamie Olsen. I think he's from Spain. He skipped the '96 Summer Games, even though he could have been the #1 seed. He participated in the 2000 Summer Games, but was taken out by Canadian Sébastien Leroux. Chang was introduced to tennis by his father, who was his first coach. All that. He was even coached by his older brother Carl. And all that. Chang retired from the Pro Tour in 2003 and did pretty well. Did pretty well in the 1990s. All that. However, Chang's most famous match was at the 1989 French Open. So, yeah, that was huge for Michael Chang. Chang was ranked 15th. It was the 15th seed. In his sectional, he first took on Masso of Belgium, which he beat in 4 sets. Then beat the young Pete Sampras, who was not the dominant tennis player we would know today, in straight sets. And then he beat a qualifier from Spain in 3 sets before facing Ivo Lendl in the 4th round and coming back from 2 sets down and all that. In the quarterfinals, he took the Haitian Ronald Agagnor in 4 sets. He beat the Russian Andrei Chesnikov in the semifinals before taking down #3 Stefan Edberg, even though Edberg should have been there. So basically, that was his moment. However, his match against Lendl was huge. So Chang went to the 4th round and would face the world #1 reigning Australian Open champion and 3-time former French Open champion Ivo Lendl from the Czech Republic. Lendl had a 2-set lead and basically looked huge. However, Chang would have severe attack of leg cramps in the 4th set. He felt like he had to retire because of his legs and all that. But he had an unbelievable conviction in his heart not to give up and finish the match. Chang paced the sidelines during changeovers as he risked not being able to get up if he sat down, and also ate bananas and drank water at every opportunity. He adopted some unusual tactics to overcome his cramps by basically hitting the ball high in the air on many points to slow the game down, and basically went for more winners to shorten the points. And it worked. Lendl, who was not easily faced, lost his rhythm and basically got mad, especially when Chang gave an underarm serve, which was legal, and knocked Lendl off his thing. Chang took a 5-3 lead in the 5th set. And it was amazing. Lendl produced a double fault. Chang won the match 4-6, 4-6, 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 in 4 hours, 37 minutes. It was amazing. Lendl actually said, lots of times a lesser player could beat me and not back it up. You have to say he was a lesser player, but he backed it up. A week later, he beat Stefan Edberg in 5 sets to win the trophy. However, Chang's match against Lendl was played on June 5th, 1989, just after the Tiananmen Square massacre. He frequently noted the impact of his massacre when recalling his French Open victory, saying, quote, "A lot of people forget that Tiananmen Square was going on. The crackdown that happened was on the middle Sunday at the French Open, so if I was not practicing or playing a match, I was glued to the TV watching the events unfold. I often tell people I think it was God's purpose for me to be able to win the French Open the way it was won, because I was able to put a smile on Chinese people's faces around the world at a time which there wasn't much to smile about." So he would do a lot of endorsements, such as Tiger Balm. I remember those commercials and all that. But yeah, Michael Chang's success led Americans to actually start another generation of being world beaters, such as Sampras, Courier, and Agassi. Basically, he's one of the most caring athletes in the world and gives scholarships to Asian American children. Chang married Amber Liu in 2008. They have 2 daughters, and he's a devout Christian, a very devout Christian, if you must, as Bill has basically told me. So yeah, he went to 4 Grand Slam finals, only won 1 of them. But you know what? That's okay. Michael Chang. I don't think Michael Chang even ever won a title in Canada. I don't think he did, or did he? Oh no, he won. Yeah, he won the 1990 French Open, Canadian Open against Jay Berger. Okay. So I guess he only won 1 title in Canada. Kind of pathetic, don't you think? Although he did beat Andre Agassi, who was the number 4 player in the world at that Toronto tournament in the quarterfinals. Yeah, I don't think he really played much in Canada. He didn't really play much in Canada, which sucks. But you know, you have to take it with a grain of salt if you ask me. So yeah, Michael Chang is a icon for Chinese people around the world, and don't you forget it. Bill won't let me forget. I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.